Believe it or not, guys, I have interests outside of politics. I like music, art, movies, celebrity drama every now and then, sports sometimes. But apparently, if I engage with you guys on those subject matters, I could be placing you on the alt-right pipeline. That's right, guys. I could be luring you in with normal topics and then turning you into a white supremacist Nazi, at least according to some leftists on the internet. So right now, let's talk about the alt-right pipeline.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
Guys, before we get into today's video, please like and subscribe. And on top of that, recognize that you right now are on the alt-right pipeline. Yes, soon you are going to be a white supremacist conservative. I've been seeing video after video popping up on my feed, and I'm putting them up on my little board and running the red strings across them because I'm making some connections right now.
Take a look at this.
And leftists are bringing up the alt-right pipeline. Let's watch.
If you are on Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni talk, enough so that the phrases, Candace Owens had a point about this. I never thought I'd agree with Candace Owens. Candace Owens said this. Not me looking for Candace Owens' TikTok to find out the new scoop. If that stuff has come out of your mouth, I want you to know that you are currently on the alt-right pipeline. It's not that the alt-right pipeline is looking for you. It's not that it's like, 2 blocks down around the corner. No, baby, you are on it. You are cruising. And if it's not you, maybe you have a loved one who's on Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively talk. I am sorry to tell you that your loved one is on the alt-right pipeline. And given the times that we are in, where there's conversations about building concentration camps in Guantanamo Bay, what a sentence. I want you to know that that pipeline is going to move much faster than you've been used to it moving. So if you are someone who was like, I'm not misogynistic, I'm not racist, I'm not all of these things, you will be. You will be. Because that is the pipeline that you are on right now. Please get off of it. Please get off of it. Please get your friends off of it. If you are a creator, you are influencing people to go down an alt-right pipeline. When you reference Candace Owens in your content, you are a danger. And yes, I do think that you should be deplatformed if you, number one, especially the people who acknowledge it and still continue to reference her. Well, I know she's Candace Owens, but a danger to society.
Okay, that's crazy. That's wild. So let me get this right. Candace Owens, who happens to be a pretty big figure within conservative politics and culture, decides to make a video that is wholly separated from any sort of conversation regarding conservative politics or culture. And because you engage with that, because you're interested in Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, she is going to funnel you down the alt-right pipeline to where you will soon be a MAGA Trump Republican Nazi, I guess. Here's the deal. Believe it or not, you can disagree with Candace Owens' politics and agree with her on her take on Blake Lively. It is totally possible. Just because you agree with one video does not mean you're suddenly on an alt-right pipeline that's going to turn you into some MAGA conservative. I don't know. I like Kendrick Lamar's music. I definitely disagree with his politics. Just because I listen to Not Like Us or watch his Super Bowl performance doesn't mean I'm on the radical left pipeline. Like I'm gonna go attend a BLM protest or throw a Molotov cocktail at a police station.
So, what's up?
What's up? Struggle is up, brother. Oppression is up, brother. Salami, eggs, and bacon. My name is Dewey. Oh, ba ba ba. Ooh, mama say, mama sa, mama kusa. Jenkins.
But here's what's happening. The left thinks that they own all mainstream culture because they have for quite some time. And now that conservatives are participating, they're going, hold on a minute, you guys aren't normal people. You're not allowed to be here. And if you are, it must be for nefarious purposes of leading people down an alt-right pipeline. But guess what, guys? Conservatives are normal people like everybody else. We engage with culture like everybody else. But here's another example of somebody accusing conservatives of creating an alt-right pipeline and accusing others of being on it. You may or may not be familiar familiar with EV Magazine, it's a woman's magazine that is owned and operated by right-leaning women. And of course, they make content that engages with pop culture and beauty. They made this TikTok about celebrities getting veneers. This TikTok has millions of views, 2.3 million likes, and it just says the era before everyone got veneers. And it's showing celebrities with their old teeth before they covered them with veneers, with all the charm and the quirks that they once had. Obviously, this was a super viral video with a lot of engagement, but apparently if you engage with it, you're on the alt-right pipeline.
You are not immune to propaganda. Evie, the Tradwife magazine that's pretending to be like a new Elle or Cosmo for the era of conservative hell that we're about to be into. I saw a recent post from them on here. It was extremely popular, and not one person in the comments seemed to clock what account they were on. It was about veneers and the era before veneers, and I know we all want all the veneers to go away because they look unnatural and weird, but that's propaganda. That is a propaganda account. It is trying to capture you with something that feels non-significant and non-political so that it can capture you on the alt-right pipeline. Just be careful with what you're engaging in, especially right now, especially always. Stay safe out there.
You guys are so weird. What is going on? You know, people are into normal takes in non-significant things, and those people can also happen to be conservative. These are conversations that people of all political backgrounds are having. And if you are a woman who has a woman's magazine that's about beauty and lifestyle and sometimes conservatism, you would be covering topics like veneers or different beauty treatments that celebrities are receiving. It's okay to do so, and you're not, in fact, on an alt-right pipeline if you choose to engage with that content. What do you guys think conservatives do all day? Do you think we don't have time to talk about music or art or makeup because we're too busy plotting our fascist dictator takeover? Like, what is going on? So of course I'm seeing videos like this and I'm asking myself a lot of questions. Do these individuals think that we don't participate in the culture, like conservatives exist in their own little bubble of their own little world? Do they think we want to participate in the culture, but they are the gatekeepers to that culture and they want us on the other side of the gate? Do they think we couldn't possibly understand the culture that they find themselves in every single day? Or even more nefarious than that, do they think that we're pretending to engage with the culture as a means of ushering people down the alt-right pipeline? Maybe it's all of the above. And that's how we get headlines like this one. How Dana White's combat sports help expose young people to right-wing views. And underneath the headline, MSNBC writes, liberals should beware how the president of the UFC is using his platform to promote conservatism to millions of young men. So if you like MMA and jiu-jitsu, you're also on the alt-right pipeline. Thought I should let you know.
I didn't know that. I just, you're telling me now for the first time.
I think there's many motivations behind these videos and headlines, but I think at the heart of it is just a fundamental misunderstanding of human beings that have a different ideology to yours. For as long as I've been alive, and especially when I was a leftist, I recognized that conservatives sort of had this caricature painted of them. They're white, they're old, they're male typically, they live in the middle of bump nowhere, they know nothing about pop culture or music or celebrity or art, and they don't care to know anything about any of those things. The earth is flat, God is good, we need to make America great, black people are scary, we drink raw milk. That's been the caricature of conservatives. We saw it recently when Tom Hanks decided to do this on SNL.
No, oh, no. Like that. Oh, no, it's just a handshake. Yeah, it's just a handshake. Yeah.
But your caricature is incorrect, and it has been for quite some time, but for quite some time, you've also controlled all the media, entertainment, pop culture that we've been able to engage with. So conservatives have really kept to themselves, tried to engage, not been able to engage, or just hid their politics altogether. Prior to Trump winning the 2024 election, the most likely group to hide their political ideology was actually Gen Z men. I've heard from college students, both male and female, about this systemic suppression of conservative views, so much so that college students would actually hide their politics or pretend to have different politics when engaging with other students in class and when writing papers to their professors. Conservative celebrities are known to hide their political affiliation because they know if they come forward and say what they're in support of, it's going to be to the detriment of their career. Media and entertainment is known to push left-leaning messages and also make fun of people who disagree with it. Of course, in corporations, we have ESG and DEI and all of this systemic injection of leftist ideology. So if you are a left-leaning person engaging with culture, you probably would think conservatives don't have any or in no way, shape, or form want to be a part of the culture, and you would be mistaken. We're normal, just like everybody else, and we're not trying to put you on an alt-right pipeline when we talk about it. But still, I keep getting content like this. The other day, I saw this on TikTok, and this has nearly 300,000 likes.
Conservatives are learning how to blend in with liberals. I really hate when a pretty ass girl is a Trump supporter. I was following this girl like a few weeks ago. She just came up on my For You page. That's why I'm thinking of this. But I was following this girl a few weeks ago and like loved her content. She was funny. She was gorgeous. She just seemed cool. And all of a sudden she posted a video of herself at a Trump rally. And I was floored. Like, this was a girl of color. And nothing about her aesthetic gives Trump. Nothing about it. Like, she lives in New York City. I swear on my life, even if you have the best discernment in the world, I don't think you would ever look at this person and be like, she supports Trump.
Because she's cool, she has a nice aesthetic, and she lives in New York City. And she's a person of color. How could she possibly support Donald Trump?
But she supported Trump. And I just feel like they're evolving. They're learning how to go stealth as a liberal. And yeah, I just saw her on my For You page. Everyone's like gassing her up. I saw one of my mutuals commenting on her post, and I know my mutual wouldn't have commented if she knew that she was a Trump supporter. But it's just like, ugh, like I hate when a pretty cool ass girl is a Trump supporter. Just don't do that. I would really prefer someone be apolitical or just like admit that they don't really know what's going on than be like, hey, I'm a Trump supporter. The moment when the Pentagon was down for me was when that Natalia girl outed herself as a Trump supporter. I knew she was kind of weird because sometimes she would have takes that were kind of like you would say that. But I'm not gonna lie, I let it slide because I thought some of her other videos were funny. And then when she came out as a full Trump supporter, I was like, oh no, I should have known. I mean, I did kind of know, but I ignored my intuition. But it's like, can someone like that not be a Trump supporter though? Like, I just feel like if you're pretty funny and kind of cool passing, although obviously you're not really cool if you're a Trump supporter, but like if you're cool passing, you shouldn't be allowed to support Trump. You just shouldn't be. That should be how the universe works to me.
Guys, this is actually weird as if you think about it. Like, the more I think about it, the crazier it gets in my head that these individuals think that if you support a particular candidate, which 50% of our great United States does, that you can't engage with normal human being things. You can't be viewed as cool or funny or engaging or aesthetically pleasing. Is that not a little dehumanizing to you? Like, I don't want to be dramatic, but it does sound a little dehumanizing. If you are a Trump supporter, you should be withheld from having characteristics that I value in other human beings. It's like they don't think that our brains work outside of our political affiliation or ideology, which honestly is pretty bold and pretty rich, considering that they are proving to us in these videos that their brains don't work outside of their political affiliation and ideology. Because if they did, you'd recognize that everybody's a human being and we're all gonna show up in different ways, in different forms, and you're gonna view it as cool or funny or aesthetically pleasing, despite people's political affiliation. And you shouldn't be shocked to find that you think a girl is cool and she also supports Donald Trump. I have to remind everybody, there was a time before this. There was a time before the left was controlling everything and pushing their ideology onto everything and making people feel bad for disagreeing with them and putting it in art and music and media and telling people who disagree with them they couldn't engage with that media. And now we're on the other end of that time, or at least it feels like it now that we're under this new administration and things are moving in the direction of normalcy. And now they're freaking out because people are proving to be normal. Yeah. And honestly, this should be a huge weight off your shoulders if you have this mindset. If you come across somebody and you're like, damn, you know, she's cool, or I'm into that, or I could talk to her about this subject, and then you find out you disagree with politically, you should think, wow, I can probably engage with other human beings on subject matters outside of politics. And I don't have to let my political ideology taint every single conversation or relationship that I have. This applies to family, friends, people on social media, and these parasocial relationships that we are creating now. It can work everywhere. But instead, of course, these are the individuals who cut off family and friends and people they follow on social media because of their politics. Classic. And now that Republicans and conservatives have some power and they're engaging with culture like normal people do, these individuals are lashing out, and we're seeing that in recent trends. If you've been on TikTok, you know about the Republican makeup trend. I'll show you a video. Millions of views, 1.4 million likes, and the joke is Republican women have bad makeup. Ha 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 ha. You'll see I'm not actually laughing because it's not actually funny, because it's not actually accurate. This is, again, a reliance on a caricature. There are Republican women who have makeup like this. There are left-leaning women who have makeup like this. There are Republican women of all different skin tones, body shapes, sizes, makeup talents, and the same could be said for left-leaning women. And when this joke hits, it only hits with left-leaning women who are also in the same collective psychosis that is painting this caricature of republicanism and conservatives. It's kind of like when Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Seth Meyers tells a joke. He's saying it to this audience that is also ideologically possessed, and they clap like seals because I agree with this politics. But the Republican makeup thing that's going on right now with women is not the only example I have. This popped up on my For You page this morning. This says, students in America after the Department of Education is dismantled.
Is why the seasons change. Our earth sits flat in the palm of our mighty God's hands. When God is sad, it rains. When God is happy, sunshine. But long ago in the 1700s, America was trapped in an ice age. The land was frozen and the only way to get around was by woolly mammoth or Tesla Cybertruck. It wasn't until John Wilkes Booth went out and asked God, why is it so cold? Please do something about the frigid temperatures and this frozen wasteland that we call home. And so God answered Booth's call, and he said there will be sunshine, but there was one condition. One day, when our country needs it the most, God will send a prophet, and it is up to every American to send that prophet to power. And God said, you'll know when you see blinding orange skin, a body built like the Grinch, and a posse of billionaire virgins surrounding him, including one of South African descent.
Okay, need I go on? The comments, this first comment says, the way this is not an exaggeration. Folks, wrap it up. This should tell you everything you need to know. This should tell you everything you need to know. I don't know what else to even say about this. At the end of the day, conservatives are going to engage with culture. We have been, we continue to. For a long time, conservatives had to do that in hiding, it seems, because of the environment that was created by leftists when they had full control over everything. And that control has slipped in recent months. And now you're dealing with what? Conservatives just being a part of the culture again. We're really not doing anything to you. So you lash out by making jokes about Republican makeup or the state of education once the Department of Education is gone. Us thinking that the earth is flat and that God sent Donald Trump down as some sort of prophet or Messiah, and you could not be more wrong, for your depictions are wholly based off of these wicked caricatures that you guys created out of hatred for conservatives. So if you see a Candace Owens video about Blake Lively and you think, I agree with that, or you see an outfit on Melania Trump or Usha Vance and you think, I'd love to wear that, or you see an EV magazine cover and you think, what's that makeup hack? Maybe I'll flip through a few pages. Or God forbid, you meet a girl, you guys hit it off, you think she's funny and cool, and then you find out she voted for Donald Trump. These things are just normal human being experiences. You are just happening to find common ground on subjects outside of politics with conservative individuals. It happens. Trust, you are not on an alt-right pipeline. You are experiencing being human. And I am so over this pseudo-intellectualized commentary on benign things that take place in literally everybody's life. I was not on a radical left pipeline the last time I went to the movies or listened to a charting song or looked at a piece of art, and you are not on an alt-right pipeline because you listened to one thing that a conservative had to say once. And guys, those are my thoughts on the alt-right pipeline. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As always, if you disagree with anything I said, you're already on the alt-right pipeline. Gotcha, bitch. Thanks for watching. Guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, click the notification bell to be notified every single time I post a video for you guys, which is every day. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.